So for some of you guys, I don't know what is going on this full moon coming up, but that keeps coming up, that energy. What kind of bird is that? See, I be looking out my window when I be doing these readings, because there's all types of birds, different species of birds that pop up. This one looks like a blue jay, but I can't tell because it's too busy eating the fruits off the tree and it's hiding, but it looks like a blue jay. I don't want to tap the blinds to scare it. It looks like a baby blue jay. And right next to the fruits on the tree is a little bird's nest that's been there for like 2 years, and then I think the storm knocked it down, but thank God there was no birds in it. But they rebuilt their nest right there in front of my window every year, as long as it's still standing. And usually they'll add like more twigs and stuff to it, but they kind of stay put. So for some of you, you may want to stay put somewhere because it's like the fruits of your labor is there. You know this because you've had nothing but good things happen, like back to back. Like you've been able to accomplish certain things like back to back in a certain location, or at a certain job, or at a certain, like a particular place. Or some of you could be finally, like you finally moved somewhere where it feels like home. It feels like you can accomplish a lot. Some of you may know astrocartography and have, based your relocation on that so that you could have like this stability, this security, this structure, this place that you can, build brick by brick and have a foundation for yourself. For some of you, this is also the energy of you, even when things, because I just remember mentioning how one time a storm came through and it blew like the nest away or whatever the case may have been. This could be for many of you that have recently lost, your homes. And I do send prayers out to those who were affected by, the storm, especially where it was so close to home. And you lost everything. And you have to, it's like your ancestors and spirit guides want you to look at it as this was your opportunity to relocate and build somewhere else. Some of you may have been, before the storm even happened, was praying for, a sign, or wondering if you should move, or, should you start over somewhere else. And it was like, even though that may have not been the ideal way of, getting this new start, you have to, I hope, everybody had, insurance and things like that on their homes, their cars and stuff, so that you guys can somewhat be reimbursed money for the things that you have lost. And that was your clean slate. Sometimes when we pray for things, we don't realize that you may not get the outcome that you expected for a new start. Sometimes that new start is breaking up with a person that you're in a partnership with. Sometimes that is you, God forbid, getting in a car accident to get that new car. In this case, a storm can come through and literally wipe everything away. And it's like, there's always newness after, the chaos. There's always, that there's a calm before the storm, but even after the storm and things get shaken up, there will be a brighter day. The sun will come back out again. So continue to have faith. Don't dwell so much on what you've lost, because it's already gone. Focus more on what you can do now. Focus on what your new plans are for the future, and focus on that. Focus on everything that you can do to start a whole new life for yourself, even though it is a tough time right now. For some of you, there's a need for you to shake up the table. like shake the table, but not necessarily shake the table. There's like an energy shift that needs to happen within you. Some of you need to take a different route home now. Some of you need to change the playlist on your music that you're listening to. Some of you need to go walk at a different park than the park that you're used to walking at. There's a shift, like there's a need for change, a shake up, something. Especially if your energy has been feeling stagnant. You may want to change your workout routine, change the things that you're eating. Somebody is consistently eating the same thing every day, all day, and you need to change up what you're eating. For some of you, your hygiene routine, change that. Okay, there's a need for a change, some type of shake-up, something different. For many of you, you have a lesson of mastering your emotions at this time. Okay, there's a need for you to learn how to master all of your emotions at this time. Know that with you mastering your emotions, there is like an energy shift within you that radiates out for people that want to come in and help you in some way, shape, or form. You're more inviting type of energy. I remember a reading I did a couple days ago where I was like being nice, but it's like not so much like you got to learn how to be kind to yourself, because when you're kind to yourself, because I feel like some of you were being nice to yourself and it was kind of being forced being nice to yourself. You need to learn how to be kind to yourself, okay, genuinely, because you truly care about yourself. And that will radiate energy of people wanting to be kind to you, not playing nice with you, but genuinely wanting to be kind to you, wanting to give you a helping hand without looking for anything in return. I feel like you may have experienced a lot of people that wanted to help you because they had their own agendas behind, them helping you. And that's because you were playing nice with yourself. Instead of being kind to yourself, you would have been getting genuine offers of help where people weren't looking for things in return and they didn't have a hidden agenda. For some of you, you may have briefly experienced that with someone or maybe two people, and it's like you wish you could get that type of energy again, and it's like you got to start being kind to yourself again. It all starts within you. What are you projecting out to the world for it to come back to you? For others of you, don't forget to keep your ancestors in memory. This is definitely for my, I don't like to use the terms African American and Black because those are names and titles that were given to us. That's not who we actually are, but you know who I'm talking about, my peoples. Your ancestors don't want you to forget them. Like, keep them in your memory, even if you just look at their picture once in a blue moon and remember the good times. Even if you make it an effort to go out and celebrate on the day that they ascended or their birthday to celebrate their life. Or you may make their favorite food once a month or something like that. Like there's many ways of you remembering them. Even just having a conversation and telling stories to another family member, reminiscing on who they are. Those are different ways and forms of you honoring your ancestors and remembering them, because there's like a need for you not to forget where you come from and who your family was and the sacrifices that they made for you to be here, type of energy. Okay, I know I ranted too long, but let's see what some cards have to say, if I could get that in. It's like, don't be afraid of your heritage and where you came from. Yeah, the past. Don't forget about the past. In the sense of not thinking about like the bad things that happened in the past so much, but more so of the things that your family members, accomplished in the past, the things that, their morals, their values, and especially if it's something that's beneficial, because some of you may have had doubts about certain people in your life or how,